Hello and welcome to, in this particular case, SimCity 2013, that wonderful, wonderful city building game that we've all spent the last decade hating. And here we are. So, I got a plot of land here, and we are going to build a neighborhood in Helena, Montana. Because I always start off building something that I hope will resemble a bit of my hometown. And I think the thing about cities, I was going to say Cities Skylines, but SimCity 5 is it's not a terrible game. It's not a terrible game at all. But we kind of grew to hate the game because we wanted it to be so much more. And it just wasn't. And that's really what it all boils down to. It was this sense of disappointment because at that time when the game was released, we wanted it to be more. And it just wasn't. And at that time there wasn't anything better really. So it kind of felt like a betrayal. I know there's the always online thing, like you couldn't play the game if you didn't have a good internet connection. That was a bit of an issue at that time. But really, I think what killed the game for most of us SimCity players was that the map sizes were so incredibly small, and there's just not really any way to have a complete SimCity experience. Like, no matter what you did, you were going to wind up in a situation where you couldn't do what you wanted to do in the game. And that was disappointing. But, fast forward a number of years and take the sense of regret out of it, and is it really a terrible game? That's the question. And the answer is no. No, it's not. It's actually it's a pretty cool game if you're looking at it as just a city builder, It's like I got Pharaoh, A New Era. That's what it was. Yes, Pharaoh, A New Era. And that's a remaster of a classic city builder. Pretty cool game. I'm gonna make videos about it at some point here. I intend to. But the thing about it is I don't have any expectations with that game. It's not like I'm gonna think, okay, I want to play this game over and over again for the next decade of my life, right? Like, I have no such expectation. My thought process is I'm gonna play the game, I'm gonna get a good build out of it, I'm gonna have a bit of fun, and that's gonna be it, That's the gist of what it's all about. There's not any more of an agenda there. There's not any more of an expectation. I just want to play the game, have a good time for a bit, and enjoy role-playing myself as being, I guess, I don't know, a pharaoh in Egypt or whatever it's all about. And then I will move on. And with SimCity 2013, now, like I'm making this video and I'm playing this game on the evening when I checked and I saw the holy grail of announcements for city builders, and that is that apparently Paradox has decided to announce the upcoming release of of Cities Skylines 2. So there's gonna be a Cities Skylines 2. And for those of us who've been around playing that game for quite a long time, Cities Skylines is not a perfect game, but it's probably the best city builder we have. Unless you went back to SimCity 4. And I think we all probably would agree that that Cities Skylines is better than SimCity 4. And now there's this sense of expectation that we're going to have this new city builder that's going to be on the scene. It's going to come along, and it's going to be, exciting new thing. So what does it really all boil down to? I don't know. I guess we'll see, right? However, the point I really want to make here is that regardless of what the story winds up being with Cities Skylines, in the future, there's a lot of great games out there, and SimCity 2013 is actually one of them. And I know that we were pretty unfair to SimCity 5 when it came out, because we wanted it to be so much more than what it really actually was. But now the truth is, we don't really have anything to complain about anymore, Like, we got our city builder. We got Cities Skylines. We had the opportunity to see all sorts of new city builders pop up in the genre over the years. So if there was a sense of bitterness and frustration because SimCity wasn't good enough when it released, that's not really fair anymore. You can't really say it's not good enough now, because we've had plenty of opportunity to move on since then. And now when we come back, we can just look at SimCity 2013 as what it is, what it was. A really beautiful game. Maybe a bit of a letdown if you're expecting to be able to build out across this entire map and grow an enormous metropolis, and then you realize you have this little square to build on. But if you accept that, and then you start to just enjoy the game the way the devs intended for it to be enjoyed, the art style is really elegant. And I've got to say, I enjoy the art style of SimCity more than I've ever enjoyed the art style of City Skylines, despite the fact that Skylines is head and shoulders above SimCity in many ways. They really nailed the look. It doesn't look photorealistic, but it looks genuine. These little houses look like something you'd see in a real American neighborhood. Every building just has a certain coolness about it. Like something you might construct in little model form or something. You know, it's so cool. I remember seeing the adverts for SimCity when this game was being initially produced, and I thought it looked really cool. The thought of having actual agents that were fully simulated was really cool. And so here we are. And we're going to enjoy this game. Because it doesn't have to be perfect anymore. It doesn't have to live up to that sense of having these enormous shoes to fill. It can just be. It can be what it is without any expectation. Without any hope that it's going to fill a void that it can't fill and was perhaps never meant to fill. It can just be a pretty little city builder, and all of that being said, I thought, you know, why not give it a chance? The chance that I never gave it 10 years ago. The chance I never gave it because I was too busy judging it. To actually see the parts of it that are really quite pleasant to experience. I want to widen up this street. I think I have to demolish the street to widen it, ironically. Because it just looks really silly if we have that wide street and then it goes into a narrow street. We're going to speed up the game a bit. Let the little houses come and grow. So with this build, I'm not gonna, you know, switch into just playing this game only. I'm not gonna be too hardcore into it necessarily. But I do plan to give SimCity a good solid playthrough. When I'm in the mood, I'm gonna load it up and we're gonna just keep on building out this city across this enormous map. Because there's so many little squares. So many squares. I wonder how much fun we could have if we just built out across all of them and kind of made a nice little network of towns. It'd be interesting to see how it all comes together. One thing that they added into this game that was pretty cool was the arcologies, those big crazy monuments that are like self-contained cities. And one thing that I can say the game put a lot of effort into was forcing players to figure out how to maximize the space they had. You know, kind of like a puzzle, I guess, you know? Not so much that you just build and create sprawl, but that you are mindful about making sure that you're using your space wisely. I do want to just build a nice, quaint little neighborhood here, so I don't want it necessarily to be super high density. Like I'm totally fine with just letting the city be kind of a bit of a village, and then we can always expand into another map because we have lots of other maps to choose from. So there's really no reason to try to jam as much as we can into this one square when we have lots of other squares we can play around with. It always feels more personal when I start a build based off of my own neighborhood. And that's exactly what we're doing right here. Like we need to build a sewage pipe, huh? We do need to build a sewage pipe, and that's one thing I have to say. It's kind of hard to figure out where you're going to put your sewage pipe when there really isn't a lot of space for you to put it far away from anything. Hopefully that sewage pipe there is far enough away. I hope so. It's cool to see all the little agents moving around, even if it's sewage, like there's actual agents moving along through the street networks. It was a really cool innovation for the time. But isn't that a pretty little neighborhood? Like you look at it and it just looks cool. Even the commercial areas, like you look at them and they look genuine. They look like something you'd see in a little town. It feels cool and organic to see these buildings popping up. And that was something that I really missed when I played City Skylines. It never felt like the cities looked realistic. Like something about it is just always a little bit off. And you can tell. It just doesn't quite seem realistic. It seems like just a weird art style, you know? It just never really quite clicked. And no amount of trying to ignore it could change the fact that the cities I could build in Cities Skylines didn't feel personal in any way. Now, there's tons of things you can do in Cities Skylines, don't get me wrong. Tons and tons of things you can do with the game, but you wind up creating a modded experience after a while because the base game just doesn't quite deliver. And you can have fun, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's going to be tons and tons of people who have their 2 cents to throw out there about how I don't know what I'm talking about, because Cities Skylines is a, incredible game. And I'm not dissing the game at all. It's not that. It's just there's such a thing as being fun to play right out of the box. And I think SimCity's always done a better job than any other city builder at having just a little bit of that spark of magic that made you feel like it was an incredible experience. And most other games, they have a wow factor, but they also let you down just a little bit. What do we got going on over here? We have people dying. And they're crying. That's disappointing, isn't it? No fun when people die around 10. So yeah, there's that. Something about the way the roads toggle is a little bit wonky. Seems like you wind up deleting a lot more roads than you really probably needed to delete, just because it's a bit weird. So let's see here. 6 sims. Let's see if we can... money for that. How much money does it cost? Oh, 20,000? Alright.
It's a free bug.
Yep, a lot of people are sick. I need to build my clinic before something bad happens and they all die. Alright, there we go. Now we can afford to build a clinic. And there it is. It's got a little bit of industry over there. Let's go take a look at it. Looks pretty good. I just planted a park right there. I didn't actually mean to do that, but you know what? That's alright. 2 parks we just planted there without really intending to, just because I accidentally planted it without realizing I was doing that. Oh dear, we got a fire. Yeah, not enough money to build a fire station. Oh dear. Looks like we need a garbage dump now. I guess we can. Yeah, we'll put the garbage dump right there. Can do that. Or road's shaped a little bit funny. Try that again. A little harder than it really should be to make symmetrical angled roads. There, that's kind of what I was shooting for. Not perfect, but that'll do. Got a nice little grid going on here. Decent amount of money coming in. There's our first school. A lot of demand for industry, so we'll expand that a bit. Never did build that fire station. There we go. I just wanted that road to look like that, and then I had to demolish a bunch of stuff just to make the road intersection the way I wanted it to be. Bit of a shame, but that's alright. I think this town's starting to look pretty decent. Cute, quaint little town. As always, inspired by the 6th Ward in Helena, Montana. My road's crooked here, isn't it? Wasn't what I wanted. wanted it to be straight. That's right. Okay. That's about what I was shooting for. Gotta make sure I'm utilizing my space well, because I'm up against the border of the map there, so I don't want to have my buildings there and then a gap between the edge of my town and the property line. We want to use our space to the best of our ability. Alright, so build our town center now. Yeah, it's pretty good. I already have named my town. No. A murderer on the lease. I guess we should build a police station, eh? Let's see. We want the police station. I guess we should probably have the police station more like on the main strip out here, shouldn't we? You know what? We can put it right there. That seems like a good place for it. That's 30,000. All them 30,000. Guess so. All right. We'll wait for a little while for our money to build up, and then we'll put the police station right there. I think that looks nice. You got a lot of crime going on right down there. Alright, there's our police station. Looking pretty snappy. Why are these people? Not too much crime. Okay. You burn down buildings there. Game wants to teach us how to increase building density. What are you trying to oh, there we go. Okay, I see. Yep. I can upgrade the roads. I understand. Not my first time playing a city builder. Gotta love the tutorial. There's our quaint little town. Ain't it nice? Well, I would say that's a decent amount of progress for 1 hour of playtime. Got a decent amount done. I kind of don't want to necessarily increase density too much. I like the idea of having low density neighborhoods. It's quaint and nice. Maybe this isn't going to be an extremely long playthrough. I'll just play this game until I feel like I've kind of exhausted all the content I can make in it. But it does kind of scratch a certain itch. It's a pretty little game, and I think I owe it to this game to give it a fair shot, because I've had it in my library for quite some time, and I never really gave it a true, in-depth playthrough. After all these years, I think it's about time to really give this game the attention it deserves. And here we are then. Beautiful Helena, Montana. Well, at least a small neighborhood in Helena, Montana. And maybe that is a sad commentary of the game, that no matter how wonderful it is, the most you're ever going to ever be able to recreate of your hometown is just perhaps a neighborhood, and that neighborhood will be called a city. But then the other side of the problem is, when you get into some of the other city builders, they feel enormous but really impersonal, and so there is a certain charm to keeping it small. As they say in that Disney song, it is a small world, after all. Well, till next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.